Hello, Leo. How is it going? I hope it is going great. But this card tells me it's not really going great. But the reason that it's not going great, it might be because you're in a cave or something. And I feel that I've been in a cave for a long time. So I'm going to take my own advice and I'm going to start going outside a little more. But this is my nature card. This is my card that for when things seem, I guess, the end of the world, right? If we feel so big and everything that we do feels so big, it starts weighing on us, right? But ultimately, anything we do is very small, right? We are literally in this world for like less than seconds if you compare it to the time that Earth has been around, that life has been around. Or even if you just look at our size, we're so fucking tiny. The Earth is so big that when we look, it looks flat. That is how huge it is. That is how tiny we are. We're so tiny that in a circle, and we're right here, it looks flat. That's how tiny we are. So same with all the things that we do. They are honestly very small and they don't matter much. So if they don't matter much, why do them, right? Well, maybe do them because it's fun. Why play games? They're fun. Why live life? Because it's fun. So go outside, and I promise you that'll help. That'll make things a lot more fun. If you just look around and be silent for a moment and just enjoy the noises and sounds of nature. Enjoy the gust of wind blowing in your face. Enjoy that sun shining on your body. It honestly does make you feel better, you know. It kind of puts you in your place, but in a good way. And when you are in nature, it kind of reminds us how small we are. It kind of reminds us of what is ultimately important in life, I think. Because to me, that is having fun. If everyone was having fun, there would be no war, because war is not fun. Knight of Wands. Okay. Are you rushing into something? Because I was just talking about war and war not being fun. And the Knight of Wands to me looks like a person that rushes right into war. This feels like the fire of fire. And then when you combine fire with fire, it just makes more fire. More movement. But this feels like, you know, movement is good, but a lot of movement all of the time is not, right? So this feels like something is being rushed in. Okay, these guys have their backs towards each other, so these aren't seeing eye to eye. Who's not? What? And this isn't necessarily just two people. It could be like you and a problem you're facing, you and a situation that you're in. But you're definitely not on the same page with something, and it looks like going outside might help. Letting you not think about it so much might help. Might help for the right thing to pop up, right? So like if I have this whiteboard, right, and I draw a nice flower on there or something, right? You can see the flower. It's very obvious it's a flower, and you can see my lights. But it's obvious there's a flower, but then if I draw something else right here, something else on top of it, and I never erase anything, but I draw 100 different things on here, all the same size, all this big, right? Well, it's going to be hard to see the flower anymore. Imagine those Etch-a-Sketches, right? And you draw something and then you shake it to erase it, and so you can draw something else. Imagine not having the possibility to be able to shake it to erase it, and you had to draw everything on top of each other. Well, it's going to be hard to know what is what. Sometimes you need that shake. You need that erase. You need that silence that nature provides. And then we can see things clearly. Oh, here is what I need to do. Aloneness. Yep. Okay. So all this rushing, all of this noise is coming from the outside as well. Maybe it's like if you listen to 10, that's why we only have one king, right? Because if we had 10 kings, then none of them would agree with anything and nothing would be done. That's why there's one president, one pope. But it's the same with you. There aren't a bunch of you. If there's a bunch of you talking, then it's going to be kind of hard to listen to, know what to do. If I'm trying to pull this thing a million different ways, well, this thing's just going to be torn apart. Aloneness. Nice. See, it's like this guy's walking into nature alone. Maybe that could help. Being in nature, I was going to say, might make you feel more lonely, but honestly, it could be even the opposite, dude. Like, there's so many things in nature, so many trees. You're never really alone. Just because we don't know how to communicate with all of these things doesn't mean that we're alone. Right? Take my dog, for example. I can't really communicate in English with her, but I don't feel alone with her, even though we can't really talk back and forth. But anyways, the situation that you're in, that you're rushing in, and that there's 10 million people telling you what to do, go alone for a little bit. Who cares what they all have to say? What is it that you want out of the situation? What is it that you need? How is it that you can help? And in that aloneness, you will... This aloneness is that shake from the Etch-a-Sketch, where it's going to let you be a little more silent, where it's going to blink the whole board so that you're able to see that flower clearly. You're able to see what it is that needs to be done more clearly. The Lovers. Yeah. This guy looks like he's looking in the mirror. The Lovers. I'll read the Lovers. I don't think I've read the Lovers in a long time. And it's the number 6. Is one of the best cards. Because to me, yeah, having a significant other is awesome. But you can never forget about your first love, and that is yourself. If you don't love yourself, you are never going to have a significant other that also loves you the way you are. Or you're never going to pick a significant other that loves you. Because our significant others are that mirror that's looking back, right? If you really love ourselves deep down, if we really figure out how to be alone, then our significant other is going to mirror that back to us, mirror that love back to us. But if I don't love myself and I'm only with someone else because, I don't know what reasons, well, there's always going to be some sort of problem. There's always going to be some sort of not love that's coming from the relationship, because you need it. You can't be alone. It's important to know how to be alone to be able to be with other people. All right, the Lovers. What we call love is really a whole spectrum of relating, reaching from the earth to the sky. At the most earthy level, love is sexual attraction. Many of us remain stuck there because our conditioning has burdened our sexuality with all kinds of expectations and repressions. See, all the things that people are telling us of how things should be. Actually, the biggest problem with sexual love is that it never lasts. Only if we accept this fact can we then really celebrate it for what it is, welcome its happening, and say goodbye with gratitude when it's not happening. Then as we mature, we can begin to experience the love that exists beyond sexuality and honors the unique individuality of the other. the unique aloneness of the other. We begin to understand that our partner often functions as a mirror, reflecting unseen aspects of our deeper self and supporting us to become whole. This love is based in freedom, not expectation or need. Its wings take us higher and higher towards the universal love that experiences all as one. Ruin, Ten of Swords. What's being ruined here? Adjustment. Okay, so Ten of Swords. Swords is in the mind. Do you feel like this situation is ruined and can never happen for you? Is that what? Because I mean, that is really what's going on right now, especially if you're older, right? There's honestly a lot of people that are older right now, right? In their late 20s and their 30s even. And maybe you still don't have your significant other, right? And everybody's telling us, oh, you should be married by now. You should have had kids. No. Well, maybe that's not how things need to happen to us, you know. Maybe those people that keep telling us that are the ones that rushed in, right, into marriage, into love, when they didn't know how to be alone. That's why there's so many divorces right now, right? Because so many people are rushing in, and it's not really love. It's just, I don't want to be alone. If I'm alone, leave me be alone, you know. It doesn't mean I'm going to be alone forever. And there's an adjustment that needs to be made here on that way of thinking in the mind, right? And then the emotions will follow and our body will follow. But there's an adjustment that needs to be made in the way of thinking of this situation. And the adjustment will be very clear when you're alone. And it might help if you go outside, go hiking, go camping, go be around the things that aren't going to tell you who you need to be. That is the best kind of nature that could help right now, Leo. Cool. I hope that's a good enough guidance for you. And we're gonna get 2 cards from the Office Oracle deck just to help a little bit with the cherry on top. 30. Okay. Which one is this one? I think this is my Everything is Coming Together card. I hope it is. Yes, it is. This is Perfektenschlag. Shoots have a word for when everything is coming together perfectly. And that word is Perfektenschlag, which should not be confused with perfect pork anus, because that is another definition. But everything is coming together. I hope this helps. Yep. Why say that word when fewer do trick? Yeah, I think we got it, Leo. I hope you got it. Well, you do. I don't gotta hope. So, hell yeah, Leo. Good job. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope to see you around next time.